already told us of its value.
Welcome back.
Could have. Ah! Look with the fence. We didn't know what. The renovation was exhausting, but ultimately rewarding. The house was in terrible disrepair, but nothing that a few. Old French elbow grease couldn't fix.
Ladies and gentlemen, in competitive Advanced Wars there are 5 tiers. Tier 0, Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, and Tier 4. Ranking the COs based on their general power level. Tier 0 is the strongest, and Tier 4
Come back here
is
whenever
the
you're
weakest.
tired.
But did you know that there is actually a 5th tier? Yes, there is something called Tier 5 COs. And in this tier, you pretty much only have 2 COs. Now who are these 2 COs, the weakest COs in the game? Well, they are Sonya and Javier. That doesn't really make a lot of sense, does it? Well, allow me to explain. Sonya is a fog specialist. What happens if you play her outside of fog? She becomes so bad that she's no match for even the Tier 4 COs. And Javier is a Tier 5 CO if you play on a map without com towers. Without com towers, he effectively just becomes a CO with a
Hello? That's the usual. Eat pizza, kisses, and then chips that madami pa yung lahat except for gummy. Actually, I'm not sure.
just becomes a CO with a like non-existent day-to-day, and a CO power that barely does anything. This CO here is actually a little wrong. It says the superpower gives him 60% defense against indirects. It's actually 80. This was a mistake listed on Advanced Wars by Web for years, and it got corrected, I think, last year, but I haven't updated my dossier to reflect that. So yeah, these two COs, outside their elements, Fogless Sonya and Towerless Javier, are definitely tier 5 COs. They would not be able to play fairly against any of the tier 4 gangs. So, Sonya, what does she get? Well, pretty much only 50% extra counterattack firepower, that's all. I mean, she does hide her HP, but any player can calculate around this. If you don't know, there is a way you can exactly calculate how much HP Sonya's units have, as long as they're on some kind of defensive terrain. You can attack them, and you can look at the damage you deal, and you can do some math. You can figure out exactly how much HP the unit has, because terrain stars scale with the unit's HP. So if you see that you're dealing a little bit more damage than you should, you know that that unit is low on HP, and I think there's a math formula you can apply to it. You can actually pinpoint exactly how much HP the unit has, at least in tens. So yeah, Sonya only gets increased counterattack damage, and she forces her opponent to take slightly longer calculating their turns. It's more of a nuisance than anything. And of course, her enhanced vision, there's no point in popping it. It doesn't do anything except for giving the standard 10-10 boosts. And then Counter Break does give her first strike, but it also removes her counterattack firepower, so it can be a bit of a double-edged sword. But it is generally speaking a pretty good power. It basically gives you a turn where your opponent can really only attack you with indirects, or like high-tech units into low-tech units. Javier, meanwhile, has basically only one day-to-day, and that's the fact that he has 20% extra defense against artillery. Considering Sonya still gets her bad luck, I think Javier definitely has the better day-to-day of the two. Sure, the 50% firepower increase is nice for Sonya on counterattacks, but I think Javier gets the better end of this deal here. 20% extra defense against artillery actually can come into play. As powers won't do anything without towers, they'll just give the standard 10-10 boost, but when he pumps his tower shield and tower power, he will get substantially increased defenses against indirects. And if he pumps it, pumps the superpower, he gets 8 plus the 10-10 boost, so it's 90, so basically he takes no damage against any indirects. Although I think you just want to pump Tower Shield in this regard, because it still pretty much does what you need to do. It pretty much makes you take no damage from indirects, so yeah. So why are these two players playing this way? Well, this is a tournament where you got to choose your opponent's CO. At least that's what I was told. I'm not sure if it's and I'm not sure if I'm relaying it exactly, but that's what I was told, that they were effectively allowed to choose each other's COs for this tournament. And so Toulouse chose Sonya for Kill Me First, and Kill Me First chose Javier for Toulouse. This is a tournament match with two very, very skilled opponents right here. We have Kill Me First. I featured him several times on the channel. He's an absolute monster. And of course Toulouse, who's also an absolute monster. Both of these are monsters. And they're playing Fogless Sonya and Towerless Javier. This is gonna be an interesting match. So strap yourself in, ladies and gentlemen. Let's begin. So, the map that they're playing on today is called A Love Supreme. Classic map. Been around forever. This map is super old. It's been in the standard. I think there's a high fronts version of it too, but this is a standard map right here. So, Love Supreme, one of those maps that have a pretty slow capture phase, because a lot of the bases start uncaptured, just to kind of slow things down a little bit. Very heavily terrain map right here. Like, lots of rivers in the center, and there's like a very narrow landmass with several rivers and shoals to slow down movement, lots of mountains. And there is like a strong side, weak side component here, where this is Toulouse's strong side right here, where he has 2 bases against Kill Me First 1. And then Kill Me First has 2 bases versus Toulouse's 1, and the HQ is on the weak side. So, HQ rushes can definitely happen. I know I've played several games on this map where HQ rushes have been happening. Aircrafts are incredibly good on this map because of all the mountains. Like, once you capture this airport, bombers do really well. They can like dart back and forth between these mountains and rivers. However, the airport is also very easy to lock down, so you don't want to get complacent. Like, if the enemy gets an anti-air, they will lock down your airport, so you gotta protect it. And since the airport is on the weak side, your opponent will outnumber you on land, so they're just going to deploy from one tire, and then you can't really use air units effectively to fight back. So, very complicated map, very complicated capture phase. A map that requires you to kind of look up the turn-by-turn guide if you want to play it optimally. But yeah, both players just moving out, both bases captured. Kill Me First opens up a tank on his strong side, so you're going to try and apply a little bit of pressure to Toulouse right here. And both players are going to go for their airports as quickly as possible. Toulouse opening up artillery here. Kill Me First will probably be forced to build some artillery in this match, even though he is up against Javier. Just because artillery on this map are so strong that even with Javier's bonuses, you still really can't get away without building artillery. This is the map where artillery shine a lot, because just look at how many good places you have to nest them in here. So Toulouse moves out his artillery out of range of Kill Me First tanks, opens up another tank on his weak side, and actually base skips to get 2 artillery out. Interesting choice by Toulouse here. He base skips on his strong side, where his unit count will be outnumbering his opponent anyway. So interesting opening right here from Toulouse. Not very often to see 4 players base skip and opt not to build infantry, but that's what he did now. So let's see what happens here. Another tank out from Kill Me First. He has 3 tanks on his strong side right now, so he's going to try and punish Toulouse hard on the side. Looks like he's also going to move some tanks over here to attack the infantry in the center to prevent Toulouse from getting too many of these properties. He will of course get this one, but then he'll probably lose his infantry in the process. So yeah, Toulouse going very artillery heavy right now. Also, mechs are pretty decent on this map. You build mechs on your weak side, put the mechs in these mountains to ward off against regular tanks. They can hold their line for a little bit. Gives you a bit of an advantage. So yeah. Sonia's bad luck is very annoying to deal with, and it's going to be so for Kill Me First as well. Sonia, of course, she has the same good luck as any other CO, but she also has that 9% bad luck. And basically, if you don't know how this works, is the game rolls twice. It rolls first for good luck and then bad luck. So it adds good luck and then it subtracts bad luck. So usually you'll see Sonia end up somewhere in the center. She'll usually deal around 0 damage with her luck, which is a lot lower than most other COs, and it's very frustrating when you have to pick off 1 HP units. It's very hard for Sonia to be able to do that sometimes. Like, you have a 1 HP tank and there's you have a full health infantry and you attack it with Sonia and you just won't die. It's super annoying. That bad luck does come into play. So Kill Me First rolling out with some battlecopters now. One thing that Sonia really has going for her, and one thing that I feel a lot of people don't know how powerful it is her copter game can be very scary. When she pops her counter break, you pretty much can't attack the copters with buffers of your own. But even more scary are her bombers, because her bombers become anti-air the moment she pops counter break. You have to build fighters to counter them. So Sonia can deploy a few bombers, pop her counter break, and those bombers just cannot be targeted by anti-air for a turn. It's incredibly powerful. So Toulouse really wants to get this property right here. He sets up his artillery to protect it. And another artillery out of Toulouse. 3 artillery from Toulouse. He's really going hard on the indirects, which I think is fair. I mean, as Javier, you want to leverage the fact that you can have, your opponent's indirects are a lot less effective than yours. So I think this is actually pretty clever from him. And you can see 2 fronts are starting to form right here. I have a feeling this might be a bit of a stalled match. This is 2 low firepower COs and a very heavily terrain map. So I think this one's gonna be advanced walls right here. And another artillery coming out of Toulouse. Yeah, he's in the long haul right now. He is in it for the long haul right now. Battlecopters come out from Toulouse. Yeah, Kill Me First, there's no real good avenue to attack in here. Looks like he's gonna centralize most of his units in the center. Centralize in the center, the things I say sometimes. And this is smart because if you have your entire army here, you can effectively split the opponent in half, and then you can attack the one half, and then you basically, yeah, it's classic Sun Tzu divide and conquer strategy right here. So this is like the thing that Toulouse is giving up with this opener. Like, artillery are great for defending areas. They're great for defense, but they're slow. and they're not great for front shifting or exerting map control in large spaces. I think this is what Kill Me First is going for. He's going to gather his army in the center, then he's going to attack either this side or this side, where he will basically have a 2-for-1 advantage. So, and I think Toulouse senses it's coming, so he's preparing his defenses accordingly. More battle bookers coming out. And now Kill Me First is going for it right now. And look how little damage he's doing. Just Sonya things, am I right? And yeah, he doesn't... He sees a bit of a hole here. The artillery are spread out. There's no artillery in the center, so he's going for the center here. And yeah, Kill Me First is actually the one who's being aggressive right now. So let's see if Toulouse's defense holds up here. Interesting. Oh wow, okay, look at this. He sacks a 4 HP tank. Boom. And keep in mind, one thing that is very important to keep in mind here, when we're watching Sonya's replay, it looked like that tank dealt no damage, but it actually, you just won't see the updated damage values until the next turn, because Sonya's hidden HP. So basically, it's going to look a little weird on this replay, like, it's going to look like Kill Me First is taking no damage, but he actually is taking damage. You see? So really, really cool by Toulouse right there. Finds a crack in the wall using his low HP units to break through. And actually pops this tower shield for the 10-10 boosts and 40% extra defense against indirect fire. Even though, oh actually, I didn't see this, but Kill Me First actually didn't build an artillery. Obviously slipped past my radar.
Thanks for the business.
So yeah, that's a rock solid defense from Toulouse right there. I don't think Kill Me First is going to be able to really come through here. Is he going to keep on attacking, or is he going to pull back? He actually is going for the artillery now. Keep in mind, it's only 10-10 defense. 10% firepower, 10% defense on Javier. So not super scary, but oh, there we go. We have the counter break. So now,
welcome
in addition
to the
to the
Rooster
10-10
Inn.
boosts,
Sign in
Kill
over
Me
here.
First
Come
will
back here
counterattack
whenever you're
first.
tired.
So it really changes how Javier is able to counterattack here, and this is again like classic Sonya. This is what I was talking about earlier. Look at this 1 HP tank right here. Look at this 1 HP tank. Thinking he's gonna kill it with the infantry in the mountain. No wait. Did I miss it? Oh. Yeah, there we go. This tank right here, he attacks with the infantry, or with the tank, and he doesn't kill it. It's super annoying. Super duper duper annoying. Just Sonya's bad luck. Every time I play her, I'm on my mind, but yeah, there we go. That's what I was waiting for. This infantry to attack. Boom. Not a kill. Any other CO would have killed that tank. Most likely. But Sonya does not. Alright. So, yeah. Toulouse is holding off pretty well. It's very wonky to not... Whoa! Okay, look at that. My goodness. The Battle Booker lives. Sonya Battle Bookers are insanely scary when Counter Break is active. But Counter Break is still a very power in terms of the amount of damage that it does. It allows you, like, a turn of not being attacked, but... like, compared to other superpowers that actually clear the board, it's a very powerful for what it does. It is very cheap at 5 stars, but it is a big problem that Sonya just can't really do damage to her opponent. And now she's up against the defensive CO and Javier. A nerfed Javier, but still a pretty defensive CO. But I agree with this Neo tank here out of Kill Me First. You want to tank up to be able to pierce through these walls a bit more. There are no comb towers on this map. No, there are no comb towers on this map, which I think actually favors Toulouse a lot in this situation. Sonya with 0 comb towers is just miserable, man. Oh my goodness, like her units just don't kill. Doesn't matter what you attack with, they just won't. Like unless you attack like an infantry with a neo tank, like the units just won't die. It's so hard to wall break. So yeah, Toulouse is holding up pretty well. Both players are equal though in terms of properties. And now, Kill Me First has actually successfully locked down this airport, so Toulouse needs to do something about that. Otherwise, he will not be able to produce any air units. There's only 1 airport on this map. So, smart move by Kill Me First, and these 2 properties are also hanging right now, so he's just shifting his angle of attack a little bit. Now he's going to force Toulouse to go on the offensive. And look how difficult it is for Toulouse to actually reinforce here. he has like his army split in two right here, and there's like a giant like puddle of water between him and where he wants to go. If he wants to like reinforce here, he has to go like all the way around here through a bunch of forest tiles. It's painful, so he's not going to be able to do that. He's probably not even going to try. And let's move from the tank right here, blocking the Empire from taking down the airport. But Toulouse does have the advantage of having a ton of artillery, so he can just like slowly inch them forward and earn a lot of ground doing so. But yeah, Kill Me First is moving out here. Using the tank as a shield, it's cool. And it looks like he's not actually going to shift his army to the left. And again, you can see how he's dividing Toulouse's army in two. But because Kill Me First is controlling the center right here, which is huge, it means he dictates where he gets to attack. Toulouse has to react to what Kill Me First is doing. As long as Kill Me First controls this area of the map, he can freely shift back and forth. Toulouse cannot. He's isolated. So it's actually very impressive how Toulouse is holding out so well. If it was a seal that could actually deal damage, this would actually be a little scary, I think. But once again, Toulouse setting up those rock-solid defenses. Day 17 rolls in. Doesn't seem like Kill Me First is able to find a chink in Toulouse's armor just yet. But he's poking and prodding, you know, moving around, trying, like, getting a feel for where he can attack. And I think what Kill Me First wants to do here is win condition is essentially a huge counter-break push, where he just like charges in with everything he has and pops counter-break, giving like a defensive advantage. But here comes another tower shield from Javier. And this will allow him to... Oh, no, actually, you know, I'm surprised. I guess, no pump towers, so only 10% firepower. That's not a guarantee. I think that's a 30% chance to kill a tank on a city. So, yeah, Toulouse decided to go for a bit of a gamble, but it didn't pay off. Stealth Fighter. I actually completely forgot that stealths are not... No, look at that. Stealths are not banned on this map. That's correct. Wow, Stealth Fighter, straight Conklin. Be happy about this. So Stealth Fighters can only be attacked by enemy fighters and go invisible, one of the most reviled units in Dual Strike, aside from the Black Bomb. But unlike the Black Orb Bomb, which is pretty much banned everywhere, the Stealth Fighter is sometimes allowed on certain maps, this being one of them. This could be interesting, though. Kill Me First probably wants to get a fighter out. Of course, you can just ignore the Stealth Fighter as well. I mean, you can only kill one unit per turn, so... But Kill Me First has an absolutely massive unit count lead now, 48 over Toulouse's 34. It's kind of bonkers. But Toulouse going in pretty hard right now. He will not have Tower Shield ready, and I think Kill Me First is going to do a massive counter-break push right now. Day 19.
See you around.
Let's see what he does. He's not popping it, actually. Okay, there we go. Now he pops it.
Was this what you wanted? Here you are. Is there anything else?
Kills the Empire.
I am at your
Shoots on the tanks.
service. Yes, at
Comes the
once.
Battlecopter.
Very well.
He's going to be
I will
mopping
get
up
them
a
ready.
lot of units this turn. Kills the tank. Another Battlecopter comes in, and now he's going to get to the juicy artillery in the back. Battlecopter attacks, just Sonya things, dealing 1 HP of damage to the Neo tank. He's pushing pretty hard right now. Day 19. So Toulouse is going to have to be very careful about his engagements here, but he still pops his tower shield. And you can still take engagements like tanks, like Battlecopters versus tanks, because they can't really do much. But you can see even the Empire takes a bit of damage from the Battlecopters, which is kind of funny. But Toulouse is holding on really well. Building an APC for that Stealth Fighter, you love to see it.
Ah, yes.
Now that Stealth Fighter will make things very
I shall await
annoying
your
for Kill Me
return.
First right now, because Kill Me First, whenever he's wall breaking, he's got to come to grips with the fact that a Stealth Fighter might suddenly
Welcome
pop
to
up
the
and
Rooster
block him.
Inn.
So
Very well.
I
Then
really
allow me
think
to show
Kill
you
Me
to
First
your
should get a
room.
fighter out ASAP. Ooh, nice Battlecopter engagement right here, taking out the Empire. And there's the fighter. That's good. Kill Me First is pushing pretty aggressively now. There's a lot of yellow units marching towards his central army right here. look at that, 43 to 33 units. That's crazy, man. But as the grid theme flares up right here, and there is the stealth fighter, and look at that thing. Look at that thing, just guarding the only entrance into here. Like there's two canals in here, one here, and then one here. So this stealth fighter is gonna sit cozy. Of course, the fighter will arrive in one turn to chase it away. But yeah, the stealth fighter is having a grand old time. It's gonna protect all of Toulouse's units. I don't know what happened with the unit sounds. They just kind of died all of a sudden. That's an old bug. Let me see if I can fix that. There we go. Simple refresh did it. Just gonna have to replay the turn real quick. And yeah, really well played by Toulouse right now. The stealth fighter just protecting the only entrance in, and look at just such a stalling game, man. Like neither CO has any firepower at all. It's a zero clock tower match. Engagements are very slow in this game, incredibly slow. And there's a lot of captures for Kill Me First to get right here. He goes for a lot of them and pops this counter break. The fighter is now in range of the stealth, so Toulouse will have to pull it back a little bit. Here's another tower shield though. Here comes the counterattack. And Toulouse's iron defenses, man, they're holding. He's so resilient. And yeah, moves the stealth fighter away, so it's out of range of the fighter, but still blocking the path. And because of tower shield right now, he has like, what, 50% defense against indirect, so these artillery are not really going to be doing a whole lot. But Kill Me First has a massive income advantage, 25 to 21 right now. So if Toulouse doesn't actually start getting some ground, he's not going to be able to, he's just going to lose by a capture. Let me see if there's a day limit on this match. I forgot. There is actually a 32-day limit, so we are 10 days away from Kill Me First just scoring a capture win if Toulouse is not able to do something here. So that's interesting, actually. Yeah, the fighter is going to chase the stealth fighter. Now the stealth fighter could actually run to the left if it wanted to. But yeah, man, Toulouse is he's not giving any ground, and this is so annoying because with the way he positioned his stealth fighter, there's only one unit that can scout it. So he'll need to place. Kill Me First needs to put a unit here, here, or here to reveal the stealth, which is easier said than done when you're Sonya. So the stealth fighter is just incredibly annoying to deal with. So yeah, but all Kill Me First really needs to do right now, he just needs to hold the properties that he has, and he will win a capture victory over Toulouse. And there's the counter break. So now all of his units will strike first. But still, man, he's just not getting any ground against Toulouse, and we are now on day 23. But Toulouse also really needs to start capturing some properties now. He pops his tower shield.
To the Rooster Inn. Sign in over here, please. Come back here whenever you're
tired. The bottom hooker out of the way. And once again, Kill Me First is just relentlessly pressing him here. Like, this valley is like World War I right here. It's just like trench warfare. No ground is being gained. Just a meat grinder of units getting shipped off to the front lines. Finally, the fighter finds its stealth, bringing it down to 2 HP. That's the fault. Very good, I imagine. The stealth fighter has done its job as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, Kill Me First is in a pretty comfortable spot right now. Just 25 to 21 properties. You just need to defend at this point. You can force Toulouse to come to you. And looks like that's exactly what he's doing. Toulouse is actually moving pretty aggressively forward right now. That's a pretty devastating push, actually. Kill Me First losing a lot of units there, and suddenly Toulouse is dominating in the region right here. A lot of Kill Me First units are now injured. He's got artillery, but artillery are a little bit less effective against Javier. And Toulouse still has so many of his artillery left alive, and now Kill Me First actually has to pull back to defend. So many weakened tanks right now, and he needs to front shift a bunch of these units over to the center as well to help him out. So, day 25, still 25 to 21, but can Toulouse start to make some make some headway here. I feel like Sonia's starting to crumble. There comes another tower shield. So Sonia's artillery are not really going to be doing a whole lot. And Toulouse using the APC as a shield, and also using it to transport infantry to the front line. But he needs to capture 1, 2, I think, yeah, he needs to, if he captures 2 properties, he's 23 to 23, so that's a tie. He needs to capture 3 properties in 7 days. It's probably not going to be very easy. This is going to be a pretty intense, it's going to be a pretty close finish, I think. We might actually see both these players go to day limit. Counter break is popped, but with Tower Shield up, it's like, it doesn't really matter. Like, it's not really going to help kill me first out on this turn. And we are on day 26, ladies and gentlemen, and will Toulouse finally start to get some properties right now? His artillery are still healthy and doing a lot of damage, but he is a little bit low on Empire. Just a single Empire, and Kill Me First has 4 battlecopters. Toulouse needs to get more Empire to the front lines ASAP. He has 1 right here. He basically last turn, which is interesting. And there's another Empire right here, and a battlecopter coming in as well. And now Toulouse is started capturing the city on 12-10. And he's got artillery in range to back it up, and a Neo Tank to protect it as well. But of course, Kill Me First can still interrupt this if he wants. He actually sacks several low HP infantry to easily kill the gap. But I'm noticing Kill Me First is a little low on high-tech units right now. Toulouse has a Neo Tank. Kill Me First has no such things on the front lines. He just has tanks and battlecopters. That's going to make it hard to fight against this Neo. Keep in mind, his artillery are not great against Javier. Javier gets that bonus, so... Yeah, it's just, it seems to me like Toulouse is looking pretty good, but, like, again, we're so close to the day limit right now. Is it 31 or 32 days? 32, so we are 5 days away from day limit. I have to imagine that Kill Me First wins this. Like, how can Toulouse capture 3 properties in 5 days? Like, there's no way. Like, I will be very impressed if he manages to pull this off. I mean, he has a big presence in the center. He's gonna get 1. Maybe he can get that. Wow, can Toulouse actually pull it up? But he's being attacked here as well, on the right-hand side. Oh my god, can Toulouse really pull off 3 caps in 5 days? With Kill Me First looking to interrupt him every turn. He has a huge unit, you know, an army value advantage right now. Kill Me First still has. All he needs to do is just interrupt one of those 3 captures and he will win. Well, if he doesn't interrupt 2, then he gets a tie. Which I guess is, you know, kind of boring, but it's better than a loss, I guess. So yeah, no, he cannot do anything about the property on 12-10, so Toulouse is going to get that. He's going to flip it. So it's going to be 23 to 24, or sorry, yeah, 22 to 24. And Toulouse is looking pretty dominant right now. It's moving out. There's not much Kill Me First can do. He finally caps the property. 22 to 24. He's 2 properties away if he wants to win this. I'm wondering if this might be a draw. Looking like it could potentially be a draw. And gotta say, this stealth right here is really valuable because the fighter's been dealt with, but the stealth is still an effective blocker. And does Kill Me First really want to invest 20k in a fighter to kill a 2 HP stealth fighter? Probably not. But we're in T29 right now, and Toulouse is still 2 properties behind his opponent. Here comes the Kill Me First counterattack. He still doesn't have any high-tech units. It's like he's spending so much money on repairs, he doesn't have enough money to build a Neo Tank, which I think is hurting him a little bit now. He has battlecopters, sure. Some of the battlecopters aren't very good at taking down the Oh, rocket, okay. Rocket. Is he just memeing at this point? it. That is massive. That's 80% extra indirect defense. Which means that this indirect, combined with the Terrain Stars, is now dealing 0 damage. Halus actually using Javier's superpower to score himself 2 captures. What an absolutely insane play. And I don't think there's anything... No, Kill Me First cannot reach. He cannot reach. The Stealth Fighter is blocking. And he attacks, but it deals 0 damage. Doesn't matter. Just do a song. Wow. That is absolutely crazy. Bro. Kalus, the GOAT, utilizing Javier's superpower to get 2 uninterruptible captures 2 days before the day limit. That was crazy, man. What a move. I didn't even think about that. I was like, bro, like, you never pump the Javier superpower. But in this case, it was the game-winning move, and I think that's what Toulouse was setting up for all along. He took out all the Battlefunctors, and boom, just secured his 2 last properties needed to win. That's it. GG. Masterfully played. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this was the very first ever Tier 5 match casted on this channel. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember, you can submit replays to magnetsadvancedwars replays@gmail.com. Make sure to write a little bit about the game. Pique my interest a little bit. And yeah, thank you so much for Toulouse and Kill Me First for sending me this match. This was a fun one, even though it was a little stalling at a great finish. Anyway, guys, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
I think I remember how Curse works now. It's like Thorns from Minecraft.
We're doing a little Mimicool. We like to play Mimicool. Folks, Mimicool is the deck we're playing today. We stole this list from Peeps and then we put a copy of Lacrima in it because he forgot to put Lacrima in it. This deck's fun as fuck. Fualos, oh man, I was gonna pop off, but now that I've seen the Fualos, I think I probably lose. Wait, a good card. Ash Blossom. I'm gonna cross out the Ash Blossom, and if you activate Maxi, I'm gonna be very cross with you. Okay. Looks like no Maxi. Maybe a Bestial. Yes, I get to do the play. They draw 1. You got a Bestial for me? Yeah, I thought so. Oh, it better not be another goddamn Bestial. You are kidding me! Awesome game, everybody. Oh, this is a pretty good hand. And we're not gonna see if it was gonna be good or not. You know what's insane? I think I have to fucking cross out Designator this. If I get Maker, it doesn't really matter. I can go Dungeon Maker or Maker Dungeon. We should go Dungeon first to play around Maxi.
Bruh, you didn't just bind her head, you chopped it off.
Isaac, after this game, you're out of your fucking mind, dog. This is a super impactful Maker, I will say. Oh, thank God. Oh, but we almost got some footage for our Mimicool video. I don't know, it's such a cool thing to like sniff out an if turn 1 and then stop playing around in turn 2. That's a classic thing Yu-Gi-Oh players love to do. It's like, you know what, forget it. Oh shit, okay, we gotta play Yu-Gi-Oh. Okay. Dude, how can I make this video? This video is not getting made. I played 1 fucking Mimicool card tonight. Mimicool is so bad, dude.
Fucking die.
It has nothing to do with Mimicool. The Mimicool portion of the deck has not disappointed. It's just the existence of the cards that are in this fucking game. Oh my god, 3 Mimicool cards. 4 Mimicool cards. Yes! This is what playing fucking Master Duel is like. Come on. Right on time! Go get the fucking negation guy. Oh, we're getting close. Wait, we are getting fucking close. Oh! That's okay. As long as that set card is nothing, we still win. They cannot contest fucking Zeus here. This is kind of a weird one, actually. Sure. Unfortunately, I have to contest this. Alright, we're gonna normal Archfiend, right? Oh, fucking Throne summons from deck. Maker summons from deck. It's Lacrima Pass, dog. I should've let that Ash resolve if that was the play. Why would you do that, asshole? Did I telegraph Nibiru to them by holding the Beansmith in Paradise? Are you kidding? Oh my god, wait, they didn't set Drill Beam. We can bait with Requiem? In what world does Requiem bait Valor? Be reasonable. I don't know, maybe they're dumb as bricks. Yeah, come on, be real. We can still do some stuff with Sequence. Lacrima for Caesar for Zeus. Do we Zeus now or do we wait on it? Now so they can't fuse? How does Ultimate Fusion work? Do we... I don't care about this. Okay. Can we beat Drill Beam every turn? We shall see. Maybe we'll put them at ease with respect to Nibiru. Activating Drill Beam.
Hello and welcome back to another new... Have you guys ever explored a dungeon? And while going through said dungeon, you find a treasure chest. So, of course, free loot, you go open it up and it's a minute. The problem that I seem to find myself in very regularly, just like Freerin, and like her, on the go. So, with that...
Activating Drill Beam here. Greedy, greedy. I can't believe we won this one. Holy
Ash
shit.
just stripped enough
Another
women.
game won by the Minstrels. The Minstrels are very good cards. That sucked. We have an 80% win rate tonight, by the way. Like, this has felt fucking terrible, but we do keep winning all our games. I can't take this game in. I can't fucking take this game. Oh, man. I'm wasting the miracle of consciousness. There's no other way to put it. I'm wasting the miracle of consciousness. They want me to look at this hand and get excited to play more of this game. That's unbelievable. What? Dude, fuck off. I don't care. Come on, baby. Get me out of this fucking duel. Come on, baby. Make her off the top. One time. One time for the one time. Okay, in terms of cards that might get us there, that's pretty far up there. We flip it preemptively too. We don't want them normal summoning Ariana. Shit! No! No! That's my whole game plan! Alright, now we lose. That was a pretty good hand out of them, I'm not gonna lie. Guess who's back, bitch? Please don't call by this again. There you do. Does that do anything scary? It does. It can get big Lady Labyrinth, add her to the hand and special her out. The next turn, can Big Welcome bounce the Teak-Boo. Which means we've got one turn to figure out how we're gonna do this shit. Okay, come on, give me a Mimighoul. One time for the one time. No. No! Oh. Bangaras boss ass hand, actually. This is quite the hand. Okay, I'll try this. Oh, boo on you. Ready for Chain Sharvara? Please, God, no. Please, no. Please, God, no. You tell me if you had Sharv, right? God, that's something. I was like, no! That's fine. My hand is fucking cheeks. Oh, Maker. Shit, they know what they're doing. God damn it, dude. I don't even want to set Archfiend. I'm just passing. Fuck you. Ah! Alright. Wait, what? Dude, you've, gotta be joking. I'm literally passing again. That's crazy. But I'm actually passing again. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't do that last turn. Is all they're playing Lotus? What? Sure. You have another pain? Please don't be playing the continuous trap. Oh, why are they playing the continuous trap? What? Dude. No.
Let me
Okay,
have a
thank
look.
God.
Welcome back, everyone.
Ooh, I didn't think about this one.
Here's the list of requests. Thank you very much.
Wait, that is not... No.
Marvelous.
I'll take it. Oh, it's still online. Wait, it's just once per turn? One of
All
these
right,
effects. Okay,
take
cool.
them and
So
off
we
you
win.
go.
Is there anything else?
Damn. Yeah, I'll special a monster to the field.
I am at your service.
Wait, that was stupid.
Oh, yes, at once.
Am I supposed to make Zeus here? That kind of sucks. I don't want to make Zeus.
Who will carry this one?
We're fine. Don't worry about it. What? Typhon? Fuck you, asshole. I didn't need him anyway. Alright, the Yuge.
Ah, yes.
Ash Blossom. More
I
like
shall await your
Ash
return.
Blossom.
Welcome back, everyone. Item storage, then?
Grab Maker here. Maker. These two. Come on. One time for the
Very
one
well.
time?
I'll look after
damn
these.
it.
Is there anything? Item
That's
storage,
fine, we
then?
still win. We go Gigante
Was
2.
this what you wanted? Here you are. Was this what you wanted? Here, I shall await your return.
Hello, which one you want? Here you go.
No ghouls in the deck for the trap? Fuck you.
Is that all you came? Thanks for the business.
That's a good draw.
Welcome
Thank
to the
you.
Rooster Inn.
Playing into
Very well.
talents. We already saw
A
talents.
quick
It's
rest,
a 1,
right?
right?
Of course.
Okay. It's a mine. Dude, we played like no
Well,
fucking
be careful
Mimi
out
Ghoul.
there.
Are you kidding me? We can't make a video out of that. Thank you for watching the video about that.
Find a treasure chest. So, of course, free loot, you go open it up and bam, it's a mimic. The problem that I seem to find myself in very regularly, just like Freerin, and like her, on the go. So, with that, we have brought a brand new theme, and a theme that I actually really love, Mimicools. It's a TCG exclusive archetype that has finally made its way to National, so I am excited to be making a meta this week. But before we break down the deck, we are getting close to 100,000 subscribers, so please, if you're enjoying this series and are into the content of the channel, please like and subscribe. If you also want to catch all of it, make sure you turn on the notification bell so you get an alert every time I make a video. And for every Wednesday, we are exploring the decks to make meta as much as possible, and I take a lot of recommendations from you guys. So what decks if you want to see, comment down below, maybe we'll get to them at some point, one deck at a time. Now before we make our deck meta, first let's make our tech meta. Now thanks to this video sponsor, NordVPN, you guys can upgrade your tech meta next level. You guys didn't know this already. A few months ago, I didn't post videos for it. It's because, well, I got hacked. Security online is no joke, and I consider it. In regards to my OS, but also notified me that for that security upgrade, and my main intention for it, you have what that means. Well, I want. So for me, they flip during the main phase and then do something negative. Because you actually want to get them onto your opponent's field and flip them up to give them the negative effect. Well, how do you do that? Well, they all have an effect to give themselves to the opponent. Where during your main phase, you can, from the hand, just summon your opponent's field piece down. This is something to not just stop over. While giving your opponents a card in the classical card sense seems bad, is the -1 card economics. It's the sort of mechanic in Yu-Gi-Oh! That is very rare. You only really see it in cards like Pajama Trio, Grinder Bow, Kaijus. A lot of these cards haven't seen success in the past. Now, because of this unique effect, its unique capacity, the amount of combos you can do that maybe aren't in line exactly with the team are almost endless. So it's a world of possibilities that I think players haven't really built upon. In my mind, the two most important mimics are from the initial wave mimics: Mimical Dragon and Mimical Archer. So Mimical Dragon is really kind of crazy. It's like your mirror shade of the deck in the sense that it's follow up and a straight removal. I don't know if that's even an app in comparison, but I just played Branded, so it's on my mind. Regardless. So it's Flip Fist, destroy all face monsters you control as Mimicals. So yes, this would destroy all Mimicals, but regardless, the point of this is, yeah, you give it to your opponent, and you flip it up. And this deck does have ways of flipping up cards during your opponent's turn as well, so, and flip up their monster on their turn, and that's the field. It's actually not the reason why this card is so important. It is a very good effect, I don't want to state that. The main reason this card is free up my deck, valuable resource, is that if it's summoned, you can add an Mimical spell trap to your hand. This deck actually has really powerful spells and traps. Then we got Mimical Archer, which is activated. What does that mean? What it means is that you summon it, normal stuff to summon, you can change the position of one face-up monster on the field to face-up attack. Now, this means giving your opponent a monster, you can summon this and flip it up straight away. And because you're all going to go once, that's your mimics, that's just a rank 1 plays immediately on top of the bonus effect that's the Mimical Divine. Archfiend also probably has the most impactful, one of the most impactful flip effects as well, in which you have to discard a card and your opponent draws 1. But again, remember, that's reversed. Your opponent has to discard a card, and you get the draw. And then obviously you get the Mimical Archfiend back afterwards, changes back control to you, so you can XYZ with them. For this reason, Archfiend is played at least 2 in your decks, because you want to go Archfiend, flip up an Archfiend in reality. But you can get away just to use recyclable, as well as this combo is effective on turn 1 and 2, but afterwards, your opponent actually doesn't have a hand most of the time. You kind of clear out the resources, so you're not going to get the true crazy upside of this. Still, very strong card. I only play 2 other of the main mimics, and they're just one-ups in the deck because they're good utility. The one that's most important is Mimical Slime. What does it do? Well, its flip effect is that your opponent can summon 1 Mimical from their deck, and yeah, so that you can summon Mimical from your deck. So if you finish your opponent and you want to flip it up, you can specially drag it from your deck to search, and then get Slime back. So you can have 3 level 1 for your field. But then, instead of having an on-summon effect like Mimical, Archfiend, and Dragon, this one's hand effect, you summon your opponent, has an alternate clause that you can control the monster, and you can instead summon your field face up. So if you need, instead of giving them the Mimical, which requires setup to card combos to resolve, you can summon it and XYZ your link with it. Which matters because XYZs are very important, so are links, obviously. Now, this sort of extra hand effect clause is super prevalent in the second wave of support that got. It's natural that all hands at once, but it needs to be broken in 2 ways. There are certain Mimical monsters that also sell themselves in hand, so mimics, Mimical Armor, and Fairy. Mimical Fairy, its flip effect says this turn you cannot activate effects of monsters like Silver Command. This will stop cards like Deathlock Starting Black Witch, or eventually X Rifle when that comes. But yeah, the point here is more so that it has its hand effect, where you can summon to your opponent's field, but if you control Mimical monsters, you can summon to your field face up instead. And then lastly, there's one Mimical main deck monster we haven't played, and that is not Mimic, it is actually Mimical Master. This is actually the only ultra-rare monster in this deck, which is nice, because it's a one-of. And it's not a one-of because it's bad, it's one-of because it's extremely accessible. What does it do, you ask? Well, on summon, it lets you add Mimical monster from your deck to your end. Awesome. Again, another Stratos. It's never a bad sign. Furthermore, not sure what battle card effects while your opponent controls a face-up monster, or you control a Mimical. So, yeah, big. We'll get to that later, but it can make it kind of easy and hard to kill this card. And then lastly, and this is one of your methods of flipping up cards, during your opponent's main phase, quick effect, change 1 face-up monster on the field to face-up attack or defense. So if your opponent has a dragon that you gave them, flip that shit up in your field. So you guys kind of see the strategy here, how you're giving your opponent a trap, play it for them, flip it up, bam, payoff, and then in return, you also get some link bodies to climb up with, or exceed bodies. But what exceeds are we accessing? These cards are actually excellent. Let's go over them. First up is Giant Mimical, a rank 1 generic, plays level 1s with a decent stat line. Your non-exceed Mimicals can attack directly while your opponent controls based on monster. Mimicals are weak, but you have a card to change that. But still, the real reason for this card is the following effect, or the next effect specifically. And that means that this card's exceed summon, you add a Mimical card and your hand. So it means after you resolve your search or your RGB +1, you can then search again off Giant Mimical, so that you convert your cards into multiple cards and kind of expand and grow exponentially. And that's not it, because you can also detach material, target face-up cards when it controls, up to the number of face-down monsters of it controls, and then destroy them and burn 1,000 to your opponent's feature. So when you're giving them your Mimical set, clear the rest of the field, burn damage, and they're cooked. That's not all, because there is another Mimical XYZ, and it's also very good. The Mimical Throne. Throne says you can attach material from the card, special summon the Mimical Master in your hand, deck, or importantly, graveyard as well. So Master should not ever be inaccessible. But more than that as well, during your main phase, you can target one Mimical Master you control, equip this card to said Master, and then give it 1,000 attack. That's spell. Then you can return cards on their field up to the number of materials this card has. So usually it's going to be 1, but this essentially means it gives you Master, and then a search in return, and then a bounce. Now that sounds excellent. I'm kind of rambling on here because I love these cards, but there's 3 more really important cards to go. And I'm going to show you guys the one I play one of, but I think is actually the best one, and it's my favorite. And that is Mimical Room. A card that is truly nuts, and if it wasn't a trap to play this card, even then I'd argue playing more than one, just still the searchable. Fortunately, why do I love this card? Well, it's just like a better collaborative card. Especially something like Mimical from your main deck to your field or your opponent's field, and then even beyond that, because that's already good, you can change one face-up monster on the field based on effect. This is going to book the opponent's monster, and then give you a dragon or a master to serve. So if you got a master, you also get a flip up a card on your turn. Or if you already have the master to flip up, you give them a dragon. And the problem with getting dragon in your hand to your opponent's field is they'll just flip it up, start of the turn, and then you can play normal. But if you give it to them on their turn, they can't flip it up because it was summoned that turn. And the card doesn't end there, because Mimical Room also says you can enter the graveyard to return any number of your Mimicals from the field to your hand, the Mimical cards. So you can use the dodge, effect negation, targeting, as well as just replenish resources. In fact, while not being super relevant, it's still nice to have, because it's a card that's a low penny pixel. And if that sounds good, it doesn't end there, because the next few spells are truly crazy. Mimical Maker This one's a doozy. You reveal 2 flips with different names. Deck. Then, your opponent picks one of those randomly and special to their field of your defense. You think the other card goes back to the deck, like Pantheism, and you're good. No, other card goes to your hand. Oh, but you think it ended there? I'm sorry, no, it doesn't. Because then you special summon Mimical from your hand, and there's some attack roll. But notice that it doesn't have to be the one you add either, so you have like Archfleet already in hand. You can get 2 Mimickles from your deck, and special Mimickle Archfleet from your hand, flip it up, get the bonus effect. That's nuts. Of course, why would a card effect just end there? There's one other effect this card has, and that's the graveyard. It doesn't love more down. If your opponent special summons a monster, you can banish it to the graveyard to target it based on monster in the field and flip it up. So again, this matters in the context of when you give your opponent a monster off the room. And then lastly, Mimical, of course, like every deck, has the broken field spell. And many broken field spells in modern games add a card on activation. And Mimical Dungeon says, now let's one up that. Because what Mimical Dungeon does, it says, during your main phase, you can add 1 Mimical monster to your deck rated. So that means you can do this every turn. And it doesn't end there, because there's 2 other effects, which, while seemingly not that important, are actually in this deck's strategy. The more important one in my opinion is that any player can control based on monster cannot normal summon monsters, nor can attack with monsters that are special summoned each turn. What that means is, say you play against a Blue Eyes deck, and you give them a large. They don't want to flip it up, obviously. Now if they don't, cannot summon Sage, cannot summon Barrel, they don't have a choice. So it gives you a floodgates, and the non-attacking thing can also matter, because you're going to have relatively small Mimical monsters in the field that can be a huge follow-up. Not end the world if they die, but if they don't, nice. And what else can contribute to them living? Last effect of the Mimical monsters you control that were not normal or special summon this turn, gain attack equals 50. That's how Mimicals get huge, and that's why Giant Mimical actually becomes 3,300 attack alongside Dungeon. And that's actually a meaningful number. Alright, that's the core of the deck, and I mean, okay, that's the entire deck. I explained every card in this strategy. I just think it all plays so well together and so tightly knit, I had to go through everything that I was playing. With that said, let me give you guys a very brief deck profile, because I've gone on for long enough, I'd like to get through. Alright, so this is the deck. The only thing I'd like to note is that I was kind of indecisive on the last 9 stuff. Take this 42 card, I was testing 40, but I went to the little one already, so I popped up to 42. In this, you'll see I have 1 Flawless, 1 Drawn Lockbird, and 1 Dromplet. That's not because I play Crossout. Crossout's not actually in this deck. but I'm not sure which of these three cards is the best. Droplet is probably the worst in this format. If it was better in this format, I would play Droplet for sure. Because I love synergy the way I'm trying to play this deck. Yeah, kind of think for yourself in those three, or make your own choices, but it's kind of where my head's at, and I couldn't make a decision, so we're going 1-1-1 for now, as I'm still testing and learning. The way this deck is built is a bit of a board breaker approach. I know there are some hand traps in here, but they work well in breakers. And breakers are way better in this deck than normal, because, think about it this way. Not only is it a crazy mechanic to give your opponents a monster, but when you flip up that monster for your opponent, that creates an effect for them. So any effects that you would have that requires your opponent to make an action, you now forcefully activate, which is huge. And this means Castro Unicorn, Talents, and Thrust are going to be live in your turn 1, even if your opponent is playing a breaker that's like. So the one thing with this deck that I kind of discovered in TCG is it works really well with these cards. I know, like, Fatesman here again, but these cards are just super generic, and Mimicals work great as a vehicle for summoning multiple bodies. With that said, let's do it. Alright, I have one people against our... I always want to say their name. Not the Latin alphabet, I don't know what to say. Our Sky Striker friend named Striker Field and Striker Sleeve. Hand looks solid. I have two kind of options here. Go for Dungeon Gate, Critical Access, or Engravers. I wouldn't play worse than Max. It's typically the first consideration I can do that here. I think Dungeon's probably the play I want to start off with to get Max and get kind of or I think I'm gonna make it this Max is still bad. No, I think Dungeon's probably still better than Max than Engraver is. Engraver does nothing, or at least give draws off mythical cards. They're not replacing themselves. They're doing something. Alright, so Summon Dragon. So Maker here obviously already have the other two good mythicals and also traps. Choice. I do think we're getting things a little troublesome. Yeah, let's let this rock. They have 43 cards in the deck. Oh, it's Ash Blossom. Not that I won't. Nothing still. I'm still kind of. I'm still kind of playing around this. Let's let this fire off. And get Ash there, so it's safe. No toggle there, so assuming that means there's nothing that they have unless it's a reactivated card like Ghost Ogre. Alright, so Lurry. And I can do a play with what's it called? Rank 1 here with Lurry, but it's actually better to do that later. And I'm gonna show you what I mean that. Because you can revive it off Lacrima and then keep up the light feed still, so you can still go into sequence later. Which I do think right, so sack it off, we're going to special summon from the deck Lacrima. It shall make sense, I promise. I'm going to send Engraver here. I'm going to shuffle back this Engraver to keep the Lurry in rotation. Goes back one. I could go for sequence here now, but I'd have to use away Lacrima to make it work, right? Because I'm missing one light feed. If I had one more light feed, I'd do that. I don't here though.
Let me have a
so,
look.
You know, here's when I go.
Oh,
Right.
thank goodness.
And then I get to go to Lacrima, and then I revive the Lurry. So now I can go into my one, my rank 1, Dragon Mickle.
Won't you consider this? Thank you.
So that'll revive Lurry.
I'd like to speak with you.
Oh, yes, I'm Lurry. So, unfortunately, again, Mimical Throne here is not a card I'm actually able to summon. It is not generic. So I can't just special master the deck.
I am at your service.
Better than just searching on my
Yes,
cards.
at
Got
once.
access to all my spells.
Is there anything else? Have a safe trip.
Still, this is fine though. I'm gonna get Archfiend, but Archfiend will give me some
What you
draws,
got for
which is
me?
nice. I'll after just Mary try to plug them out. If I had any other matchup, Mary would be a good option, but I think now this Archfiend will suffice. It's a generic good card. Make them smart. And they can't normal summon until you so I think it's still fine. Summon straight away, that way if they have it when they're holding or anything, it's just now cut there, do anything about it. Don't want to pop anything. So, yeah, swing off or sequence. And what I want to keep, probably want to keep.
Welcome to the Rooster Inn. Very well, then allow me to show you to your room.
Like these, so I have 1, 2, 3. No, it's also in second. I have 4, I think. Get this back. Get this back. I thought I have to back the Raver Race. So it leaves these two, so I can follow
Well, be
them
careful
guard.
out there.
Yeah, I think this is good. So
Hello.
Numday next. I don't think I'm gonna risk playing into Bestial, so I'll just rock against free. I do the option of reviving Numday off of Lackerman as well. But I probably won't do that. I'm not gonna send him in. But Desiree. I need a Royal Desiree. I wish it was a super rare. Like,
Is that all you came for?
regardless.
Next time you should buy something.
I can equip the Requiem.
Welcome back,
actually,
everyone.
but it's stupid. Alright, and then set 2 here. And this is simple, right? I mean, it's Fiendsmith, but
Is there
that's
anything
what goes
else?
on.
Who shall
That's
I
kind of
go
why I
for?
like the Fiendsmith card so much.
Do you
because
need
obviously
me?
I drew it here, but it
Hey
helps you
there.
advance both of the plans. I know getting the Archfiend isn't like a crazy come up, but I already had the room, so I need to search it. Another game saying
At least you're aware.
Is
What? I don't
My
mean.
okay,
apologies,
so the normal
but I
summon
shall
effect is
await
not
your
going to matter
return.
here in some London cards, so pay attention to that.
Hey there.
Desiree should solo Hawk though. I guess actually wait, it could just be Snake Eye. It might not be Millennium. Okay, I think for Snake Eye.
You want to ask
So
around?
Snake Eye is actually kind of an awkward matchup because
Oh.
both Black Witch and Deception Symbol Spoils let them tribute monsters that you get them. And that's to bypass Dungeon. However, a lot of builds in Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG and Osu's. However, a lot of the builds in Yu-Gi-Oh!
To the House
don't
Bissell.
play Deception.
Which one are you
Just the
interested in?
witches and the one to that end up being the problem. Which just makes
I'm
the
counting on you.
I can flip this up now. Make them discard a draw.
Ah, it's you.
Then I
So
can
it goes.
put it face down and stuff. You can't just make it. So
Keep it quick. See you around.
I think it's fine.
What brings you here, Tarad? How are you faring with the investigation? Was there some... You are free to leave.
Draw a card now.
Welcome to the Rooster Inn.
So there.
Sign in over
Cards
here,
like
please.
that.
Come back
This
here whenever you're tired.
Not that follow up. And then send dramatic checks. Okay. Got that there. Now let's book this. Keep the stuff here. Once it's extended, have to track. And do you want to give him the monster face now so you can't normal summon? I don't mind that. Like, it's scary. Is my follow-up good enough? I don't want follow-up good enough either way. Well, you can't flip it up to 7 regardless, so let's go for slime. Power center field. Yeah. I'm just gonna lock up the normal summon still. And touch the Alpha Monster. Yes, it's face down. Oh, wait, what am I doing? Now it's being booked. No, I should.
Thou hast come.
The bird.
Thou hast come, trespassers from the sealed lands. Here is where thy lives shall end. Behold the power granted to the leaders of the forest tribe. Guardian bird, Iwa Olo Penelope, Kumpala summons thee.
Their lore if I go back right now. Wrong place.
Next time you should buy something.
Welcome back, everyone. I am at your service. Here you are. Is there anything? I shall await your return.
Ah, it's you. So it goes. Keep it quick. See you around.
What brings you here to Rada Hall? How are you faring with the investigation? Was there
Alright.
You are free to leave.
I feel dumb now.
Welcome to the Rooster Inn. Sign in over here, please. Come back here whenever you're tired.
Summoned a member to myself. I'm just stupid. I feel that because I was setting a little.
Ano?
Sabi ng prof mo.
I gotta go that thingy. I never got to go.
Like the group.
Until end of month.
Okay lang yung balak ko. Yung balak ko.
No, it's just me.
Okay lang yung balak ko.
I'm working on whenever I have time.
Never you have time. Busy ka ba?
No, fucking poor phrasing.
Kailan mo balak?
I'm working on it. It's just
Hindi, busy ka ba?
no.
Oh.
I'll get it done. Just been having trouble sleeping, I guess.
I guess if he has a way to fuse though, then he can get rid of the Larry.
Oh
Yeah.
lord, he
Which
coming.
would you up almost? Okay, fine.
I don't remember how you're supposed to do this fight.
This is all kind of bait right now. I'm not in any rush to kind of things. We can make Doom Dragon here, Doom Dragon.
There are no random encounters in this floor as far as I remember.
Still can't deal with this, can't target this. I'm gonna summon it too, so keep this a small trap card zone. I'm not sure they can give him what he has space now. I mean, it saves the Doom Dragon, I guess. So the Doom Dragon's not helping them. I understand.
I don't remember the girl being this hostile for this long.
Here to re-access the
Wasn't there supposed to be a guy that shows up?
That's fine. This means that this burn.
They changed the plot a little bit.
Okay, so you can't fuse this away though now, which is a little annoying. Mushroom deck. Just chilling though. I don't think anything's really forced play. Second deck, yeah, sure. Field nuke as well after this, so it'll be 2 interrupts left. So if they want to, they probably shouldn't be here. They should just track these 2-way. But in reality, nothing forces on the Desiree except sequence, and I'll just respond to the sequence. Like if you play as Case Angel, it still doesn't matter. Like you can banish the egg, not ban attack. But I'm okay with that because give a second. I have a turn, I can follow up. Okay, so we're gonna make Doom Dragon now. I don't know if he's hoping that I'll make a mistake, stop something else, but I'm chilling. All you can hit is the target. This is still safe. Oh, he's hitting his own watch. Almost something. Ah, okay. Sure. That makes sense. Now the last part is Snake Eye Ash. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little scary. There's sequence. Yeah. Let's see if they can play through this still. So I can let this go through, but I'm pretty sure I have to. If I don't stop this, then it makes Desiree checks this Desiree. You can almost summon anyways. So let's just negate. And I know you can go in with Lacquer right here, so Let's walk my Monday so I don't get Typhoned. I should have negated itself actually as well. Fly around.
What if I just unga bunga?
It's easier. I don't think it's balanced.
Remember, you have to like explore and avoid all the bosses and try to find like a place where you can sneak attack or something.
Neither of which I feel like actually threaten me that much, so the best it can do is SP force this out, like when it's chain. That's like not the end of the world. Popping this is actually meaningful. It's not everything, but it is not bad. And so if they want to force this out, they'll have to go SP here to chain. This turn, I'll still have a lot of other exits. So, back row pursue with me. I
Sure.
I'm going to tag these out. Well, it's not sure what it's I guess. Not die. Wait, it does mean I'll lose my paradise. A little sad. For the world. And then, yeah, I'll probably want to say this SP give me the go up back. Actually, it's not like built enough. And actually, it's kind of annoying to me because I have the although I might be able to get the body off. No. Killing flamebirds though. So my cards go away. So based on the way they're playing, I do expect the last card to be my Ash, otherwise it's on the time. I think it was great. They had what, Sengajin with Ash and Graver, they had all I'm gonna toggle off for now. I have the Lacuna. But yeah, this is not over yet. I will have to deal with the field here, probably Appaloosa. But why this isn't the end of the world is... What's it called?
I could choose murder.
The flame bird is in the grave, so the only way of getting it back is by princessing it back, and if they want to leave it on the field, they can't link it off. Or I guess they can send it this way. You know what actually makes sense? This is, right.
These gals are the easiest. Not that easy, but easy comparatively.
Some benefits.
Once I have them down, it can just be me and the big bird.
Those are just they can't do that stuff. I guess they can go blue and just... No, they were easy. No, it's really just ammo. Okay, I think the zone placement is kind of bad. They can go like I. And some of this mechanic is kind of interesting, and give it a lot of hate, but when you get these awkward game states, we have to go off for the combo. That's what looks cool. Okay, so this is way of, what's it called, Live Team Dragon Line. I guess this isn't a card that does much for Spell Top, but I don't have any way of, using it properly. Well, I don't play Doom Dragon. I play Doom Dragon kind of. I do, right? So now I can sack off this dragon. And then 5 and 2. So that gives them their maximum number of bodies. And Princess is bodies as well. Princess actually makes it kind of hard for them to go into Appaloosa before. So it might just be. No, it's not hard. Building these two. Find my bird is Poplar. 1, 2, 3, 4 to Apple. Temple, Triggers, bring out. The Poplar, and that actually forward feature, as well as the Fire Princess. Can't do much better than that, because the IP doesn't actually hurt. The IP, I mean, it could be Goddess as well, but it is significantly worse unless there's 2 SPs in the deck, which I wouldn't be surprised if there is. 4 Emblem win. Okay, no Apple, I think it is. Huge opportunity. Toggle on, just to make sure. Let's turn my toggle on now. And yeah, what is this? Go Apple, it kind of sucks. So, summon up yet. Shatter. Could have done that anyways. I'm going to trigger this. I like it. It's good. Anything? No, it's not bravery, just right. This was engraved at the time though. Okay. And so they can press like this, but it wouldn't do use the Princess Disruption and then lock them into fires, which would mean this does nothing. Straight up nothing. I don't think this is so bad. You know,
We will apply guerrilla warfare tactics.
Yeah, I think the Alpha was the most important thing that they've done there, and they should have prioritized
Which
that.
hopefully will work.
I guess their IP trick gets them now.
If the bosses respawn, well, that's potentially an XP farm, right? There's no way.
There's only like Alpha 4? Is that the game
Welcome to
plan?
the Rooster Inn. Come back here whenever you're tired.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everyone.
I
Very
think
well.
Bowser's back.
Is there anything else? I am at your service. I am at your service. I'm rather yes,
Okay.
at once. I shall await your return.
I'm all out of time for
Welcome
now.
to the Rooster Inn.
Too small. I think they would not be prioritizing this.
Sign in over here, please.
I'm putting Graver in